Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Tracy Bedford. Tracy is the host of Invisible You podcast. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Tracy Bedford. Tracy, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tracy, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to start the podcast Invisible You?
Oh, okay. Oh boy. It's been several years now. I was going through a personal challenge at the time, both health and in a relationship. And that's when I found podcasting. And it really helped me and inspired me to move through some of those challenges and to make some hard changes. And ever since, I've been a podcast junkie. And so I've been wanting to create my own podcast and wasn't sure what to do, and thought there was no better way to support the people who had supported me from afar by sharing my favorite episodes and sharing just short clips of those. And so, along with that, I thought I'd like to put my own personal voice to it. And so I chose something I'm going through now, which is the challenges of being a woman over 40. And I just kind of marry the two. So I've got clips from other people's podcasts, and then I also kind of give my own insight and share my own journey of going through my 40s. And so, yeah, it's evolving and it's continually evolving, but I'm having a fun time so far.
You mentioned about over 40 few time already in this first. So what's the special about over 40?
Oh boy, Siddique, what isn't? A lot of change happening. I think kind of that whole midlife thing is you're starting to question some of the things you've done in the past. You're starting to question where you're moving and forward in the future. You're going through a lot of changes, like hormonally, things are starting to happen. Yeah, it's just a culmination of things that start to happen as you hit 40. And I think a lot of us aren't prepared for it. There's not a lot of talk about it. And so I'm trying to bring that to light, and hopefully just kind of share my journey, the missteps, the successes, basically the good, bad, and the ugly.
Good, bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about the good, bad, and ugly. I have the questions ready for this. So, what are the top three mistakes to avoid when you are trying to run your business or life smoothly?
I think, and this is going to seem obvious, but quitting when things are hard. Um, and no matter if you're trying something new or you're starting it out on a new endeavor, like starting a podcast or a business, it can be, it's motivational in the beginning. You're excited, you're getting going, and then you hit a roadblock and you think, oh, uh, I didn't know this was supposed to be hard. Maybe this isn't for me. And then you end up stopping, and then you end up trying a new challenge, and then you kind of hit that same roadblock. And so I think it's really important to just realize it's not some divine message from above telling you not to do this thing. um, it's just a part of the process. You're just learning and growing, and you're going to hit some challenges, and you're going to move through them, and then you're going to hit more.
That's one. I asked for three.
I'm sorry, my phone just gave me a low battery, so I had to hit it. Okay. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people, I think that's really important. Um, it's already, again, there's already a lot of uncertainty when you're starting something new or when you're changing. And I think surrounding yourself with the wrong people and having people around you that kind of fuel that insecurity can be really challenging and can lead to failure. So having the right people around you is paramount. It has been for me, and making sure that I have certain people that I can go to when I'm hitting some of these challenges that are inevitable. And then staying stuck in your head, making sure that if you're going round and around in your head, that you get out of it. So move your body to get out of your head. Go for a walk, exercise, or maybe there's something you're avoiding that you know you should be doing and taking action on, and maybe you just need to just a small action just to kind of get out of your head and start moving forward.
Wonderful. That's amazing. Tracy, you're not as good as you think. You are better. You are very concise. You nailed it, even though it looks obvious, these mistakes. However, we need is quitting when you feel hard. When that's a really good one. I'm just letting you know that stands
Oh,
out
thank
very
you.
clearly because we all quit. Most of the people quit. 98% people quit at that time. It's amazing. So you mentioned about your personal failure and also your personal life and some health issues. So what is your greatest failure story you like to share with us today, and what did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Um, so I have a different take on failure because I try not to look at things that don't work out as
Yeah.
failing. However, in thinking about this, I did find something, and it was looking back. It was definitely a disconnection to myself. I think it's really easy, especially as a woman and a mom and a wife, to sacrifice and put everyone else first and everyone else's needs first and yourself last. And unfortunately, when you put yourself last, you end up not even taking care of your needs because you're just too tired by that time. And so that's one thing I've learned just with age and experience is that I can't help the people around me if I'm not helping myself. You only
Good.
show up as yeah, yeah, and you're only going to show up as good for others as you show up for yourself because how you do one thing is how you do all things. And so that's kind of one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is um, I can't give from an empty cup. And it's funny, the more I started caring for myself and taking care of my own needs, I was able to do that and bring that to my relationships and to other things in life. Um, and so that's been a really important thing that I've cultivated, especially going into my 40s, because it can feel selfish sometimes, but really it's selfless. Because again, when you're showing up for yourself, you end up showing up for other people. And I realize that I'm having deeper relationships and yeah, yeah. So
Is it okay if I borrow your line? You can't give from your empty cup. You know, I'm going to borrow
sure,
that line and use it. It's a really good one. So, yeah.
I borrowed it from someone.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. So let's talk about your successes now. So what are your three success secrets the other can model from?
Um, I'd say one of them, which is my superpower, is gratitude. I it's not one of those things, we call it a practice. So I used to think of it as something that you would just get up 5 minutes in the morning and you'd write something down and you're grateful for it, and then you go out throughout your day and you completely forget about it. And it's kind of like praying in the morning and then forgetting about God throughout the rest of the day. So you want to try and make it, or at least I try and make it a practice. So throughout the day, I'm finding something to be grateful for. And I think the reason that that's been really helpful for me is because you can't get more of something that you're not grateful for in the first place. And so that's kind of one of my success secrets, and I'd say one of my superpowers. Another one is doing things that bring me joy. I had hired a business coach, and one of the things that she had asked me was, "What's one thing or two things that you're doing that bring you joy on at least a weekly basis?" And I wanted to say, "You're fired." That's not what I hired you for, because I didn't know. I was like, "What? That's not a thing. That's something for kids, right? They're joyful. They do things that bring them joy." And I realized that I had lost that as I'd gotten older, and I wasn't doing anything for myself. I wasn't doing anything fun or anything joyful, and you kind of lose that spark after a while. And so that's really important. Again, going back to kind of taking care of yourself and your own needs is doing things that bring you joy. And then caring for your health. We kind of mentioned this early. I had kind of a health crisis quite a few years ago, and I've been taking care of myself ever since. And just making sure that you're caring for your body, your nutrition, your exercise, your mind, your spirit. I think that's going to be really important, especially moving forward. If you're doing something like starting a business, or, if you just want more energy, you have to make sure that you're caring for your health, especially if you're starting a business, because you don't want to take all this time, building your business, and you make this money and then you got to spend this money on getting your health back. So yeah, those are probably my three top.
Wonderful. One more.
Sure. One more as far as success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your secret to success. Just give us one more.
One more secret to my success. Okay. Family. Making sure that I spend time with family, and I'm really intentional about the time that I am with them, because life gets busy and you are doing, a million other things throughout the day. And especially with kids, they're getting older, they're going to grow up, they're going to go off and do their own things. So I think making sure that you spend quality time with the people that mean the most to you, that's everything. You don't want to look back on with regret, on those times that you think, oh, I wish I would have spent more quality time with that person. I wish I would have done some of the things that they wanted me to do at the time, when I just kind of, pushed them aside.
Thank you for the gentle reminder for all of us.
Yeah, I need it sometimes too.
Yeah, we all need it. We all need it. That's why, even though, yes, I know that, are you doing it? Not enough. So that's why you need a gentle reminder from people like you, Tracy. We all can use it. So now we are about to start the lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
What is the impactful book you have read, and what did you learn from it?
Well, the latest one I'm reading, because I'm in a book club, is called Personality Isn't Permanent by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. The one thing I'm learning is to live my life now based on my future self. So instead of looking at my past and what's come before, and living my life now through that past, I'm looking at what do I want in the future, and then I'm making decisions right now based on what I want for that future. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Definitely surrounding myself with people that support me, and reaching out. I think the times when you are hitting those challenges are the times that you tend to want to stay to yourself and not reach out, and those are the times you need to do it most. So that's a big one for me, is making sure that I reach out to friends, reach out to family, get as much support as I need. Exercise, I think, is great for again, kind of getting out of your head. And yeah, just taking care of my health and my mindset.
Personal question. I'm taking a risk. How young are you?
I'm actually 46. I keep saying I'm 47, but I'll be 47 in May. But I'm 46.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
46 years young.
46 years young.
Yeah.
So, Tracy, you are not 46. I can tell you for sure. You are 18 years old with 29 years experience, 27 years experience.
I
Okay.
love you already.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. What do you want to do? What you want to do when you grow up?
That's the question, isn't it? What do I want to do when I grow up? Oh gosh, I want to have fun. I want to play. I want to be with people that love and support me. I want to live on the beach. I want to do that bring me purpose and joy and fulfill me. Specifically, what do I want to do? I don't know. I guess I want to find that out. I want to experience and experiment and just try new things,
What?
and take risk.
Wonderful.
Those are some of the things I want to do.
What are you grateful for today?
Definitely grateful for my health. Like I said, I've had
Okay.
these issues.
We,
So
we, we, we lost the audio a little bit. So can you say it again?
yeah, I'm definitely grateful for my health, for the energy I have. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Grateful for my health, for the energy I have right now. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, my support system. I know that keeps coming up again and again, but it's not something I've always had growing up, and even as an adult. So I'm truly appreciative of the people that I surround myself with, and that's been really intentional. By the way, it's not something that just magically happened. I've had to be very intentional about the people that are in my small community.
Okay, wonderful. So why leaving a legacy is important? Creating an impact is important to you.
I think it's important to leave the world better than when you came into it. And not that everybody has to necessarily remember me specifically and who I am, but I hope that I'm able to at least leave, I don't know, something. It doesn't even have to be the entire world, really, but just I hope I'm able to help somebody before I leave this world live a better life for themselves, if that makes sense. Just
Yeah.
serving and supporting others that need it, so they do the same for someone else.
And what you want to be remembered for?
Did you hear me okay?
Yeah. What you want to be remembered for?
What do I want to be remembered for? Um, Really supporting the people who support me. I feel like I'm a broken record, but it's all about relationships, isn't it? I feel like everything is about relationships and how you show up for other people. And so I want the people that have supported me throughout my life. I want to feel like I've done the same for them, and I want to be remembered for that.
Yeah. Wonderful. Who is your business coach and what the kind of impact has created on you?
My business coach, her name was Wendy. She's not still currently my coach. She actually helped me during a particularly rough time. I was going through a divorce, and I hired her, and she didn't just help me get through the business, because, as you know, it's not just a how-to or a 1, 2, 3 step. It's really a mindset, and the reason that people um, don't seem to be able to get through the business steps is because they don't necessarily have a right mindset. And that's what she did for me, is she really just helped me get through those challenges, but then also got my mind right. Because my perspective was completely off, where I was coming from was completely off, and so she was really helpful in, I don't know, just getting me through those challenges and helping me with my mindset so that I could move forward, not necessarily with her, but with other things in life.
Mhm.
She was kind of my starting point there.
Who is your coach now?
Sorry.
Who is your coach now? You have a coach now?
Uh-oh. Kind of from afar, I have a money mindset coach. His name is Sean Croxton, and he's got a podcast called The Quote of the Day. The Quote of the Day. And he's a mindset course. So again, it comes back to mindset again, right? It's not just, investing and, putting dollars towards this and that. It's really your mindset about money. How did you grow up? What was the attitude about money as you grew up? How did people feel about money as you were growing up? What are some of the beliefs and common misconceptions that you have about it? And kind of helping you to change that so that it's a more of a positive mindset. So it's been a great kind of a journey and learning all that.
How can we support you?
Oh, well, I would love it if you check out the podcast, Invisible You. It's everywhere that they, host podcasts, Apple, Spotify, all the things. Right now, I don't have like a huge built out website. I'm just starting out, so you can go to tracybedford.com and sign up for my newsletter if you're interested in. Yeah, probably the podcast is the biggest thing, and if you enjoy that, I would love it if you would subscribe and share that with others. But those are probably the two. I have social media too, but I'm not that active on it. So those are probably the two biggest ways to support me.
Yeah. Tracy, what would you say as you're about your guest experience today on the show?
I thought it was great. I had fun. I appreciate you having me and the opportunity to share my information with the community. And I definitely honor you for all that you're doing to support your community. I think that's great. I know how much work that is. I'm not quite there yet, but it sounds like there's a lot going on your end. So I'm sure not only does your community appreciate that, but I definitely do. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
What would you say as a final word?
Just thank you for listening. This was a fun time. I loved being here. You were great to talk with. I had a great conversation with you. And yeah, I think going back to personality isn't permanent because I'm in it right now, trying to make sure that you're making decisions right now for yourself based on what you want in the future. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tracy Bedford,
So
for
thanks
sharing
again
your
for
wisdom
having
with
me.
us
I really
today on the
appreciate
behalf
it.
of Growth Hacking Secrets. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.